What's up, everybody? It's Money E here with Cliff and Chris. How are you guys?
Well, I'm good.
One.
It's Unscripted Sports Show, NFL Week 10. Um, week 9 was not as good as Week 8, but there were some uh, good games. Uh, let's see. I went I went 5-3 last week. Chris went 3-5, and then last time you were on the show, you went 5-3 too. So, let's go over some games last week. Um, oh, the Jets and Texans last Thursday. The Jets finally got a win. Um, well, I thought the Jets played all right. I mean, I thought I thought they were going to lose again, but they found a way to win that game. And yeah, Devontae Adams finally got in the end zone. Finally cashed on that touchdown. It was about time. What were your thoughts, Clement?
My thoughts is that I think the Texans, the Jets got lucky by facing a banged up Houston Texans squad. You have no Stephon Diggs, Nick Collins. He wasn't playing as well. You're dealing with their 3 or 4 wide receivers and a healthy Joe Mixon. I think the defense of the Jets really did step up, but we had to go talk about a key play that happened the first half, the fumble.
Yeah.
The fumble into the end zone by the rookie running back who decides to get a touchback instead of scoring his first touchdown. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I thought that guy, that rookie, was an idiot. I thought he should have been benched after that because he was trying. I think he was trying to show off, and that nearly cost the Jets the game. It could have cost the Jets the game. I thought he should have. I thought he should have been benched, but was he? He probably was benched. I didn't see him in the game after that. How about you, Chris?
Yeah, I think it was just a pitiful game to watch. Texans O line's terrible. CJ Stroud didn't have time to do anything. So
Yeah, it's a shame that CJ didn't have any time back there. Um, it reminds me of when not as bad as when David Carr was there. Was that David Carr era was horrible. He had a bad offensive line in front of him too, but hopefully Houston can fix that, get that fixed because CJ is a stud. He's a good quarterback, and you don't want to ruin his career just like you did with David Carr back in the day. But yeah, good win for the Jets. Do you guys think this is the start of a playoff push?
no,
No.
no, they still suck.
Yeah,
For the Jets to make the playoffs, they need to win out. And I don't think that's going to happen.
no, because they play the Bills and they play the Bills again, and don't they? They play some other team that's good too. So they play the Bills again in Buffalo. So yeah. The next game. What was the next game? Let's do. Let's talk about the top. I mean, I didn't watch the Cowboys game, but Cowboys lose to the Falcons. I had the Cowboys money line. That's my best bet. Go figure. Uh, I knew that was either going to be patched or a disaster, and the Cowboys are a disaster just as much as the Jets. Um, Prescott got injured. He's out for 4 weeks. Cowboy fans are probably happy about that. Um, what are your thoughts about the Cowboys, Chris, in this game? If you watched,
I didn't watch this game, but I just know that the Cowboys are trash right now. So
Yeah.
that's all I need to know. Don't care to watch Cowboys football.
Cliff?
Yeah, I have to agree with everything he says. It's like it was hard to watch. Basically, um, it's Kirk Cousins. He always plays well against the Cowboys, but he's really making turning Atlanta into a team that can be a real threat in the NFC. I think Drake London and their wide receivers is going well. The running backs are well, and that defense is really stepping up big time.
Exactly. I think Atlanta's gonna probably run away with that division. They already have the tiebreaker over the second place team, which is the Bucks. And the Saints just fired Dennis Allen. And the Panthers are irrelevant. So it's the Falcons' division to lose. So I think they probably run away with the division unless somehow the Bucks come back and um, take the lead. But they're going to have to win one more game than the Falcons. And it's going to take a major collapse by the Falcons, which we all know could happen because we all know what happened in the Super Bowl. So that's not anything new for the Falcons. Let's talk about the Eagles game. Who wants to go for Chris?
Yeah, good game up until the second half. I don't think it's all on Sirianni. I would have gone for 2 on all those occasions. It's, I don't know who called some of those plays on 4th and short. I think those were the real deal breaker, but a win's a win, so no complaints from my end.
Yep. Claire?
No. This has to be one of the worst wins you watched this season. The worst wins. Okay. Uh, it was a lot of stupid decisions out there. I mean, I understand because last year that's exactly what the Eagles did. If they got a penalty on a field goal attempt, they'll go and do the 2-point conversion and usually get it from the one. That's no biggie. But for you to go for it happen twice and it fails, that third time it's like, why bother?
Yep.
I mean, I understand you want to go for 2. Say you score a touchdown, you're up 7. Field goal push you up 8. Well, if you go for 2, you make it a 2-score game. That makes sense because what's going to happen? You don't get the 2, but yet you're still up by a touchdown. It's still a game.
Exactly. They didn't
You're
go
up 8.
for. Oh, sorry, Cliff. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I'll say when you're up to 8. You're forcing a 2-point conversion after a touchdown. But for him to leave points and off the field, nearly 6 points on the board off the field, and really put the team in an unnecessary situation. This is obviously the first time the players actually bailed out Nick Sirianni, because I think Nick Sirianni was crazy.
Yeah.
The touchdown to Devontae Smith bailed him out there, and then the interception at the end. Noah King bailed out Jake Elliott's 57-yard field goal, and you expect Jake Elliott to kick a 50-yard field goal, keeping him on the bench all day long? That's the same thing that happened in Atlanta against that Falcons.
Exactly. They decided to go for the 57-yard field goal, and they didn't go for the field goal the previous drive, which would have put them up by 8, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and then they go for 2-point conversions 3 times, or was it 2?
3.
3. So yeah, and then they did the same thing with not going for a field goal in the first half. So yeah, they got lucky, but a win is a win. It's Cowboys week. Doesn't feel like Cowboys week because the Cowboys stink, but yeah. Did you guys think that the Jags were gonna go score there if it wasn't for the interception? Did you have that feeling?
I had that feeling he was probably going to score there.
I thought they were going to score there, but I think we would have gotten enough time to kick a field goal after that because I think it was like a minute 30 left or something like that.
Oh yeah, yeah, it was. Yeah, I think Nick Sirianni was trying to be the smartest person on the field and trying to outcoach his guy that he replaced. That's what I think. But we move on. It's Cowboys week, so a win is a win. Any other games that you guys want to talk about? Let's see. How about I didn't watch any of the Buccaneers game because I was what was I watching? I forget what I was watching Monday. But, any thoughts on the Lions and Packers game?
Lions are juggernaut.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I think the playoffs going to have to go to Detroit this year.
Yeah. I thought the Packers were going to give them more of a game, but the Lions are a juggernaut this year. They're unstoppable right now. Let's see. Yeah, if there's no other games you guys want to talk about, we can go do our pick.
Yeah.
Our Thursday night pick is tomorrow night. It's the Bengals and Bears. Not the Bears, the Ravens and Bengals on Thursday night football. We all have the Ravens besides Chris. I'll let you start with this, Chris.
Yeah, I just think the Bengals have to start winning out in order to make the playoffs, and I think that this is what's going to happen. I think they're going to start going on a run. I don't think they'll make the playoffs, but games like this are really important to them, so I think they'll get it done.
Yeah, I can understand.
40 points last week, so
exactly. I can understand that side because it's a divisional game on the short week, so anything can happen in a divisional game, especially in the AFC North. Kenneth?
All right. I think it's just what I think the Ravens are playing on a whole different level offensively now. I think now they finally figured out. It took them 2 games to figure out how to use Derrick Henry. Now they're using him as a bell cow back that he's supposed to be for for this team, averaging a touchdown a game. Zay Flowers and somehow Nelson Aguilar found hands in Baltimore. That's where you got it.
Exactly.
He decided to become a real receiver with Lamar Jackson for some strange reason.
Yeah. I think this is going to be. I think this could be. It's going to be a close game. I thought about doing the Ravens spread, but the spread is 6.5. I think that's a little too high for a divisional game. Do you guys think that's too high?
I don't think it's too high because I don't think the Bengals have the firepower to be in a shootout with another good team. You saw what the Bengals did, how the Bengals Philly game was. You figure that last time the Eagles played the Bengals, they were in a shootout, which led to a tie.
Yeah.
And the Bengals are not really healthy. They don't have. It's not like they have. You don't have Zach Morris. I mean, Chase Brown. He's starting to come into the system as well, but you don't have T. Higgins. All you have is really Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
and Mark Gesicki, the tight end.
Yeah, and yeah, I think it's gonna be one of those close games, but the Ravens could pull away at the end, just like the Eagles did. But it wouldn't surprise me if the Bengals pull off the upset because it is a short week, so anything can happen on Thursday night, as we've seen over the years. But lately this year, that's I think the favorites have been winning. I have to check that, but yeah. Moving on to our next game is the Steelers and Commanders. I think I think the Commanders keep this rolling because I think the showdown with the Eagles on Thursday night will be. I think both of them are going to win this week. Spoiler alert. And then the Eagles will probably beat the Commanders, and then they'll be tied for first place. So I think they both win this week, and I think I think the Steelers. I think it's going to be a defensive game. I think the Commanders will pull away at the end because I think they have the better quarterback and the better, maybe not the better defense, but just at home, I think they can beat the Steelers. If this was in Pittsburgh, I would be picking the Steelers.
I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna have to I have to say disagree with everything with that, man. I think the Steelers are a different team, and Russell Wilson, for some strange reason, Mike Tomlin turned Russell Wilson into the Seattle Russell Wilson. A man I'm starting to afraid of again. This Steelers offense looks different than Justin Fields. Not only but they're averaging over like 300 yards a ground, over 100 yards on the ground with Russell Wilson at the helms and Najee Harris. Greg Pickens getting open. I don't think Washington, and then you had TJ Watt. I say yes, I know Daniels can run, but he's going to be running all night from especially someone like TJ Watt.
Yeah.
So I don't see the Commanders winning this game.
I'm surprised they didn't put this at the 4:00 game. Flex this in at the 4:00.
Well, that's because they put the Eagles Cowboys on 4:00.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's on the Eagles Cowboys are on CBS for some reason. It's weird.
Yeah. I think that's a Tony Romo deal.
Yeah. I think this is probably the first Cowboy game he's calling with the against the Eagles.
Yeah, he did one last year with I think first one with the Giants, the last year was with the Washington, and this year is with the Eagles.
Yeah. We're gonna get some Cowboys love on Sunday, for sure, especially because it's in Jerry's world. Chris.
Yeah. I think the Steelers are gonna win. I think that they're a better team than we think. I think offense is looking good. The defense is probably a top 3 defense in the league, and I think there's just gonna be a letdown game for the Commanders. So
Yeah, this is another game I could see going the other way too, because this is another matchup. That's it's good. Now, is this game on CBS or Fox? Cliff, you know?
CBS.
Okay, so this is the first game before the Eagles game.
All right.
Okay. Let's talk about the Broncos and the undefeated defending 2-time champions, the Kansas City Chiefs. I'll let you start, Chris.
yeah, don't overthink it. I think spread is a little bit fishy. Maybe it's right. I don't see the Chiefs. The Chiefs might go undefeated, to be quite honest. I can see them challenging the Patriots 17-0 record. And actually win a Super Bowl this time. So
I think there's 2 games that they could lose It's coming up, and that's next week in Buffalo. That's the game I think they're gonna lose because it's in Buffalo, and Buffalo's gonna be ready for that game. Um, and Buffalo knows that could be for home field.
Yeah.
So so if they're gonna lose a game, it's gonna be next week. I'll say that right now. Spoiler alert.
I don't. Now, if you would have said that about 3 weeks ago, I'll say yes. I don't think now with the addition of Hopkins at the helms, and then you're getting ready to bring back Pacheco still in the mix, and it's still coming out. I don't think so. I think Hopkins is something special, and I think he was that missing, I say, safety blanket that Mahomes veteran needed.
Yeah, but the fact that it's in Buffalo, um, I don't know. I mean, we'll get to it next week, but hopefully we can talk about it next week if you can come on, Cliff. Uh, how about you? What's your thoughts on this game, Cliff?
Well, I just think it to me. I think the Chiefs has an easy bye week again. I don't think Bo Nix is like a hit or miss type of quarterback. He's going to have a good game. This who's going to be led by the defense, or the defense is going to let up some points, and Bo Nix won't be able to chase you.
Yeah,
So it's all about how the Broncos defense play. If Bo Nix is going to have a good game or not.
do you guys think Bo Nix is a franchise quarterback, or is he just another quarterback that the Broncos drafted that's not going to work out well in 2 years?
No, he's not that good.
So
I
he's
think it's
another
more of a Sean Payton thing.
huh?
It's more of a Sean Payton thing.
I agree.
I think Sean Payton is what's making Bo Nix have a. Now, if he had any other coach, Bo Nix would be trash. But I think Sean Payton is a good coach to have for him. Is why he's having the success he's having with the Broncos right now.
That's
Yeah, I
true.
agree.
Yeah, it's similar to Russell Wilson in Pittsburgh with Mike Tomlin. There's something about Mike Tomlin and with Russell Wilson. Moving on, the 49ers and Buccaneers. Me and Chris had the Buccaneers, and Clint, you have the 49ers. I'll let you start that.
All right. I think I see why, but the Buccaneers are really banged up along with the 49ers. I think, but with the 49ers, I believe more in their defense than I do with the Buccaneers. Also, it's a little birdie in the air saying that my man CMC makes his debut.
Ooh,
I think he'll be on a pitch count, but yeah, I think he's gonna make his debut.
Like, come
for all
back.
the fantasy
So,
owners, make sure you take him off the IR.
Yeah.
My thoughts. I just think because it's a long travel from San Francisco to Tampa Bay. That's a long travel, and 49ers are banged up. So are the Buccaneers. But I think the Buccaneers are kind of due to get a W just to stay in the playoff race because they need another team to stay in the playoff in this wild card race. So the NFC, let's face it, the NFC other than the Eagles, Lions, other than Eagles and Lions, and maybe the Vikings and Packers, it's kind of trash. And the Niners, the NFC is kind of trash outside of those five teams. But I think the Buccaneers win here and stay in the wild card race. Chris,
Yeah, I have the Bucks here as well. I just don't think the 49ers are that good this year. I understand they have Kyle Shanahan and the talent, but I think this will be a bounce back game for the Bucks. Bucks are going to end up winning that division. maybe they'll contend with the Falcons here, but yeah, I think the Bucks are better than people might be giving them credit for. I mean, they went toe to toe with the Chiefs, so
Yeah, and that's without Mike Evans and Chris Gibbons.
yeah,
Is Mike Evans supposed to come back soon or no? Is he still out?
I'm not sure.
I think he might still be out. And speaking of the Bills, Bills and the Colts here. Um, we all have the Bills here. I know it's in Indy. Um, I don't think this is a look ahead spot because I think the Bills are better than that. I don't think the Colts are that good. Um, they showed some flashes against the Vikings on Sunday night, but Flacco showed his age. He's 40 plus years old, so I still don't think they made the right decision to go to Joe Flacco. He is a backup now, but it is what it is. I don't know if they go back to Anthony Richardson anytime soon. I think the Bills take care of business here and await the Chiefs next week.
Yeah.
What?
All right. I just look at it as this is an easy one. I don't think Joe Flat. I think the coach was right to bench Anthony Richardson. I mean, I think Richardson is not showing the discipline, especially what he did the following week. How he had to tap out because he got too tired from running a scramble drill or whatnot for a play or two to catch his breath. I mean, this is the NFL. This is not high school. It's not. You don't even do that in college. It's not high
Yeah,
school. So I
exactly.
think in a way, this is more like punt. In a way, yes, I'll go with someone who wants to play the order rather than someone who's just want to be not ready for the big time moment.
Yep, I agree with that. Chris?
Yeah, I think it'll be an easy win for the Bills. I think they're going to continue to cruise. Um, what's the spread on this one?
Minus 4.5. I don't know why
That's
it's so
low.
short.
That's low. But yeah, I think the Bills cruise on this one. So
Yeah. Is there a reason why it's that short? Is it because they're giving Colts a home because it's a road game?
because the Colts are at home, that's why
Yeah.
they usually give you 3 points.
Yeah.
Probably 3 points for being at home at the very least. So
It would probably be like 7.5 if it was in Buffalo.
yeah,
And moving on to the Eagles and Cowboys. I'll let you start, Chris, since you have the Cowboys.
I thought I had the Eagles.
Oh, wait.
I had the Eagles too. Like Eric, you're making
Oh,
us look bad,
sorry.
man.
No, I put the Cowboy by accident. I meant the Eagles. I texted the Cowboy, but I meant the Eagles for sure.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's my
Yeah, I
fault.
was gonna say
That's my
I
fault.
figured I know what the reason was, but
No, Eagles are
um,
gonna win. Cowboys are probably gonna cover.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how it always is, especially with these backup quarterbacks. It's at home. It's gonna be fit. It's gonna be more competitive than it needs to be. But yeah,
Oh, okay. Sorry about that, guys. I said,
no, that's I texted you the wrong thing. That's my fault.
yeah, I put Cleveland Cowboys too.
Yeah, look back. I texted you the wrong one. I meant Eagles. Cowboys to
Yeah,
cover. Eagles to win.
yeah. I wasn't sure if he. I thought I knew what the thought process there because they need to win, but if yeah, okay. So we all have the
They
count.
needed
We
to
all
win a
have the
lot of
Eagles.
games in the last couple wins. So in the
Yeah,
last couple games. So I think the Cowboys are just done.
yeah. We all have the Eagles. The Eagles. I mean, the Cowboys could cover, but if anything, it could be a push. because it is -7 at the moment. That could go up to -8, I think. Do you think that could go up by kickoff
I
when the
don't
game?
think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Well, CD Lamb's going to play. And we know that Prescott's out for a month. He's probably not coming back until Thanksgiving or something. Yeah,
Cowboys probably go 2-2. I imagine maybe
yeah.
even 3-1.
Just to stay
They'll,
in the race.
yeah.
And they're going with Cooper Rush. I'm surprised they didn't try to trade for a quarterback, but whatever. Yeah, we all have the Eagles. We all basically gave our reason. I think the Eagles cruise here. Um, I think they cruise. I think unless they look ahead to the Commanders, which is a short week, but I don't think they're going to do that. They know this is the big game. This is Cowboys week. It is Cowboys. They need to take care of business and then come back home for the Commanders on Thursday night. So, yeah. Any thoughts, guys, on Eagles game?
No, that's all I got.
How about you, Clint? Did we lose Clint? Oh, you're back.
Yeah, I'm back.
What are your thoughts on the Eagles game?
The Eagle game, mine's going to be. I look at it's going to be a run heavy game. I think Saquon Barkley is going to be heavily featured in this game. I don't think Jalen Hurts is going to have over 200 something yards passing. The defense should dominate, and I'm thinking either Quinlan Mitchell and or Cooper DeJean get their first pick this season.
Yeah. You think the Eagles roll here?
Yeah, they'll roll.
Yeah. Yeah, the Cowboys just don't have any offense. All they have is CeeDee Lamb. They have no running game. But it's a divisional game, so it could be they could keep it close. But I expect them to roll here, but we'll see. Now the game of the week. Sunday Night Football, Lions and Texans, the two preseason darlings of everybody, at least mine, of the season. I think I had both of them number one seeds in my picks. But I'm looking forward to this game. I think this is going to be a shootout. Hopefully, CJ's probably thinking his lucky stars that Hutchinson is not playing for the Lions right now. He would be all over him, but I think it's going to be a good game. This could be a Super Bowl preview, maybe. Um, but yeah, I'm looking forward to this game. I have the Texans winning this game because I think the Lions are kind of due to lose, but I said that last week too. So, so who knows? I think the Texans at home. I think get it done in a shootout. Chris.
Yeah, I have the Texans as well. It'll be a really good game. Just think because they're at home. I think they have the advantage here. It'll be close.
Yeah, Clint.
I think the Lions will have another dominant performance this time around.
Yeah, the only issue I have with the Texans is they can't protect they have a hard time protecting CJ back there, and I think the Lions rush could get him because the Lions rush even with uh, Hutchinson is it Hutchinson? Yeah, without him they still have a good rush. So it's gonna be a good game. I think it's gonna be a game of the week besides the Steelers and Commanders. So I'm looking forward to this game. And finally, the Monday night game: Dolphins and Rams. The 2-6 Dolphins and the 4-4 Rams. The Rams are still in that division. I think they could. I picked them to win the division earlier in the season. I mean, preseason. That was my preseason pick to win the division. Um, I think the Rams win here. I think they start winning here. Start winning. They won in Seattle last week. They have Cooper Cup back. They have Puka back, and I think Stafford has his weapons back. They have good running game. They have the receivers back. Their defense is okay, so I think the Rams know that they can win the division. So I think they win here at home against a Dolphins team that's just falling apart before our very eyes. Who wants to go? Let's see.
Yeah, so I will say the Rams should win. The Dolphins are really just a shell to what there should be of themselves. I think even after the whole Tua injury, the offense is not the same. I think I think the defense is even worse, and the Rams should, even though you figure that all the star power offensively Miami has with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, even A Chain, there's still can't do anything defensively to stop. And that's going to be that's going to play in Sean McVay's hand.
Yep, exactly. Chris.
Um, yeah, I'm just going against the grain. I think the Dolphins win. I think they're underperforming right now. They're starting to get a little bit healthy. I think they had a bad game last week, but I think they'll bounce back. So
Yeah. That concludes our picks. Our records on the bottom from last week in the season. Our week 9 MVPs. I had Barkley. Chris, you had Lamar Jackson, and Clint, you had Zay Flowers. I think they were all good picks here. Any thoughts on your picks, guys?
No,
yep.
Zay Flowers is always like a hot and cold player, and I think with Zay Flowers, um, it's either he's going to have a big game or he's going to be ice cold.
Yep. Yeah, I know that for a fact because I have him on my fantasy team. So he never. He is hitting, especially on fantasy. He's hit or miss. He needs like a touchdown. He needs a touchdown to have some value in fantasy lineups. But let's get to our power rankings. Chris, your power rankings last week: Ravens, Bills, Commanders, Lions, and Eagles. Mine last week were Chiefs, Lions, Bills, Steelers, and Ravens. Glenn, for your power rankings this week, it should be week 10, not week 7. But let's see. Uh, any thoughts on your power rankings, Glenn?
Uh, no. So I'll look at Chiefs are undefeated. They're playing well, and it seems like for a team that's always they seem to get better, even though they haven't had that one blowout, no definitive win, dominant win, but yet they still seem to get better every week, and the defense is really getting stepped up for them. The Lions are dominating the NFC. The Bills really stepped it up, especially with the addition of Amari Cooper. Washington Commanders, um, can't say Daniels to me. In my book, has to be one of the luckiest quarterbacks around, or he probably wouldn't even be if it wasn't for that Bears game.
Yeah.
And the Vikings and Sam Donald has finally found a place where he could be a quarterback with, and now they're having all weapons with Hutchinson came back. Jefferson, their weapons are back offensively, and everything like that.
Chris, your top five: Ravens, Chiefs, Lions, Bills, and Eagles.
Yeah, I think the first three are probably in a tier of their own. Maybe in the first four, the Ravens and Chiefs are looking like the top of the NFC once again. Um, the Lions are just a juggernaut. I mean, they've dropped what, like back-to-back 50-point games, a 40-point game, something like that. So they just can do whatever they want. Bills are looking good. Can never count them out. Josh Allen might be the best quarterback this year, next to Lamar Jackson. And then the Eagles are on a roll right now.
Yep,
Ugly win, but a win's a win. They're 1-4 straight. So
exactly. Mine, I have the Lions because, as you said, their offense is just putting up points right now, and their defense is solid. They're a solid overall team. Um, it sucks that they lost their best player on defense, but they haven't lost even without him. They haven't lost a step. Um, the Chiefs are Chiefs. They're undefeated. The Bills, I mean, this might be one of best the Bills team in the last couple of years because they without Stephon Diggs, everybody thought they were gonna take a step back, but I think they took a step forward without the defensive players they lost too. I just think the Bills um are probably they're a top three team in the AFC. It's gonna be Ravens, Bills, and Chiefs. It's just a matter of what order and who gets home field. As I said earlier, I think the Bills and Chiefs. That's going to be for home field next week. Even though the Ravens have the tiebreaker over the Bills, it's going to be those three teams, and it's going to be fun to watch to see who gets home field and what matchup we see in the playoffs. Um, the Bills, the Ravens, as I said already, and the Commanders, um, are the best team in the NFC East right now, behind with the Eagles. They're one of six teams that are good in the NFC: Eagles, Commanders, Lions, and Vikings. I think those are the top four teams in the NFC. Maybe the Packers. Packers are hot and cold. Depends on Jordan Love and kind of game he has. But yeah, those are the top four teams in the NFC, and then the top three teams in the AFC: Chiefs, Ravens, and Bills. Those are the top seven teams in my book. Let's see. Fantasy players. Um. Uh. Who did? Who was your fantasy player of the week for this week, Cliff?
Oh, actually, I put Zay Flowers down.
Oh, I thought that was your MVP. Oh, is that Zay Flowers your fantasy too?
Yeah.
Okay. And Chris, you have Barkley. Oh, you already said it earlier, right?
yep.
And and I have Jalen Hurts. I think he has a good game against the Cowboys defense. Um, he's been playing well. I have my Jalen Hurts jersey, so I think he has a good game against the Cowboys. He always likes to play against the Cowboys, even though I think last year he had a bad game against the Cowboys. But I think he shows up on not Sunday night, on against the Cowboys here on the road and makes a statement. Let's see, week 10. Oh, week Thursday night best bets. Cliff, you have Henry anytime touchdown. Chris, you have Bengals money line, right? Or Bengals spread.
Red.
Uh, and I have Jamar Chase anytime touchdown. So three good bets there. Uh, And then our best bets for this best bets is Christian. You have the Buccaneers money line, right?
Yep.
I have the Texans money line, and Clemson, we have Barkley, 100 plus yards rushing and receiving. I couldn't
All
find the
right.
odds yet, but I don't think it's out yet. But yeah, I think that's three good bets right there. Um, any final thoughts, guys, before we head out of here?
Nah.
Well,
All I got.
yeah. Enjoy week 10, guys. We'll talk to you next week. Later.
That was good.
Later.
Thank you.
Bye.